Welcome to another episode of Characters of Portland. Well, actually, we're not in Portland. Sorry about that. Um, we had to go south for Chinese New Year because that's where the family is. And there is the family castle. Yeah, we're actually what I call the Great American Suburb, or GAS for short. So we have the detached single family house, we've got the fake fireplace, and we've got the double satellite dishes so that we can get programs from the mother country, which tell us that, damn it, you were really stupid to leave. Anyway, uh, you can see that the Great American Suburban House has the Great American Suburban Grass, so I like to call this the gas grass, or the grass of gas. Very beautiful looking, but if you dig underneath, it's really just a bunch of oily sand because they took the topsoil off when they built the house. Now, what's keeping it alive? Chemicals, my boys, chemicals. Now you can see a lone grapefruit tree over there, grown from a seed. It's a bit scraggly because, like I said, underneath is just oily sand, and that's not a very nutritious medium for growing plants in, especially fruit trees, which need a lot of nutrition. So I'm going to fertilize that before I go. And panning to the right, you can see more lawn, and you can see the neighbor's palm tree. Now that sucker has been fed well, very well, the American way, I'm sure. And you've got the American flag because that fellow works for the Homeland Security Department, and I hope he's not watching me now surveilling his property. I may not make it back to Portland, guys, and if I don't, you know why. Anyway, we have a pond here that borders the backyard, which is unusual. And you see across the pond, you see what used to be here before the subdivision took its place. This is typical southern woods jungle, lots of scrub oak, maple, uh, and a bunch of vines which I don't know the names of, and probably 99.9% of the people don't know that they even exist, much less what they're called. But that is old Florida, and God bless it, they left that strip there to give the illusion that it goes on until you hit like Miami, but actually it doesn't because there are other houses on the other side of that strip looking at it and maintaining the illusion that it goes on until you hit Georgia. Okay, so if you have that strip of land, it's quite lucrative because you can tack on $20,000, $30,000 to the price of your house, which makes it quite worthwhile to let it be fallow like that. And that's also where we get a lot of our wildlife. They kind of hang out there, and then they fly across to the civilized section to get their handouts: bread, seeds, pet food, that kind of thing. Now you see the grass down here. That just means that the lawnmower guy didn't have an amphibious riding lawnmower, and he didn't want to get bogged down in the grassy area. So it's sometimes nice to live on the edge. If you're a grass in suburbia, you get to grow unmolested by the lawnmowers. And we have our scrub oak. Uh, it was allowed to live, but it was getting kind of big, so they cut the edges to give themselves a better view. And I don't think it likes it. It looks like it's languishing, but once it falls in the pond, it'll provide a shelter for the fish and turtles that live there. And so, panning to the right, you can kind of see something unusual. It is a piece of old Floridian scrub that you can see across the pond, and uh, the family here has a kind of a weird son who says that nature is good, and so they said, okay, you can do that nature is good thing in this little corner of our property, and nobody will see, nobody will know, and we won't get cited by the homeowners association for violating their rules. All right, so you can see that the trees are quite nice, quite tall, and they're also quite close together. And that's the way it should be in nature because you don't want to you don't want to let anything go to waste. And if you can just stick another living thing in there, then that's what's going to happen. And they don't mind it at all. In fact, the soil is so rich that it can support these guys, and they don't have any elbows, so they don't need elbow room. And I think that they sort of like being next to each other. They're less lonely. Not like that guy across the pond there. He's all by himself next to a one of these gas houses. Anyway, you can see that there is some garbage down there, which I prefer to think of as organic matter, which is food for the soil web. Without the food, you don't have any soil web. And so when I come once a year, I always try to make a contribution to the soil web because in the end, everybody benefits, including myself. As you can see from this beautiful fruit here, this is a loquat fruit, and this is a loquat tree. And you can see how large it is, but it's not very old because there's just so much nutrition down there in that soil that it can grow very, very fast, even with all of its neighbors drawing from the same resource. So, nature, she has been doing it for millions and millions of years, if not billions of years, and I don't think there's anything that we can do to improve on that. And this is the result. This is the proof. Now, you look to the right, you see a grapefruit tree, and this poor guy, he's all by himself, pretty much, and you can see he's just not doing very well, okay? All right, not much fruit there, and kind of dead branches, yellow leaves. And the reason is because it doesn't have the same healthy soil that the little wildlife preserve over here has. You see all that leaf litter down there? There's no leaf litter here. It's just a bare, sandy soil. And it's not even soil, it's just sand. And if you dig down enough, it's just oily sand from all the chemicals. So this fellow just needs to be fertilized with even more chemicals just to keep him alive and keep him producing fruits, to help him pay his way. And he's also was choked by these vines that the neighbor had planted to hide the fence, and I've cut him. I've cut him from the base, and hopefully he will feel lighter as time goes by. And also somebody's been pruning the tree because seriously, nature does not know how to prune a tree. I mean, it's just all unkempt and untidy, and you just need human beings to go there and make it look orderly and respectable. And so somebody has been pruning that tree, which unfortunately is kind of like chopping off one of your fingers to make yourself look good. Anyway, I think this tree is talking to me. Hey, grapefruit tree, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing kind of, I don't know, I feel lethargic. I feel weighed down. Yeah, well, that's because of the vines, but I cut the vines, so you should be feeling lighter after a while. Oh, that's great. And have you got any food? Uh, Let me check here. No, I don't have any food. Oh, 'cause I really need food. I need, like chips and stuff. Maybe some French fries? Well, you might feel like you need those things, but you need good, wholesome food, like, you know, citrus fertilizer from Home Depot. Oh, that stuff? Yeah, that stuff, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, so just to hang on there. I know it's been like 3 years since I've been back, but hang in there and you'll get your food. All right. Yep. Um, and once again, I thank you for your service. Well, it's nothing, man. It's just what I was born to do. I was called to do this, to create fruit for all the animals that need to eat. And it's just what I do, man. Well, I want to thank you for that because, considering all you've been through, it would be very easy to just give up the ghost and just keel over. Oh, well, It's a good thing you showed up when you did, because I don't know if I could have hung on. Well, help is here. Help is here, and I will pick some of this grapefruit. Yeah, help yourself, man. That'll light me up too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, don't don't tell anybody, but I grew you from a seed. From a seed? You kidding me? How is that possible? Nobody grows fruit trees from a seed. Well, I did, and after 14 years, when you hadn't produced, I went to the nursery guy, and he said, "Oh, that tree will never produce. Never produce fruit." Well, that year I said, "Hey, why don't I fertilize you?" So that's what I did. And you produced like crazy, putting the lie to that nursery guy, showing that, hey, the experts don't know everything. Oh, oh, that's great. That's really great. I hope you keep doing that. I will. All right. Well, good talking to you. Yeah, man. All right. So here we have a very large loquat tree with about half natural and half unnatural, as you can see. And the reason for that is because this house is worth money, and nothing can be allowed to threaten its monetary value, and so the tree has been pruned quite severely in order to keep it from encroaching on the airspace of our suburban castle here. So, at least it's still alive. Right, tree? Yes, that's right. I'm still alive. I'm still producing, and I'm still going to give you fruit, even though, gosh darn it, I don't think you deserve it, what you've done to me. My limbs. Well, there you go. That's why we're humans and you're not. Hmm. All right. I think I'm done with you. But you're still gonna get my fruit and make you. And I hope you feel guilty and you choke on it. Oh, really? That's not a good attitude. Hmm. Who cares? Goodbye. All right. Goodbye. But the limbs will grow back. I'll talk to you next year. Maybe you'll feel differently. All right. Bye bye. So that concludes our tour of the great American suburban backyard, and hope you enjoyed it. I'll be here for a while, and oh, hold on there. I see something on the ground here. Oh, yes. One last thing. This is a piece of, oh my God, a piece of New Season's whole wheat bread. My goodness, how did that get there, huh? All right, I put it there. All right, so let's see if there's any fish out here that we can entice to feed on our New Season's bread. How did you see that? Oh my goodness. Very well trained fish, let me tell you. Didn't take much at all. Didn't take much at all for them to do their thing. Oh, yes. Here's some more. Oh, I'm just gonna throw it all out there because they are hungry. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Marlin Perkins, eat your heart out. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that's called a strike. Strike. All right. So, try it again. I'm going to throw the whole piece out there. What the heck? They deserve it. Uh, Come on now. Whoa. Yeah. Now, this is a good sign because for the past few years, there hasn't been any fish coming up because there's been a river otter who's been eating them all. And I think he ate enough of them that he was going hungry. And so he left for better opportunities somewhere else, which is great for us because now the little fish get to be big fish and like we can feed them and be very happy about it. And there you go. Hope you have a great time wherever you are. Signing off from the great American suburb. And that's enough of that.